All right, for the latest in the DRC, let's now bring in SABC News correspondent Chris Ochamringa. Chris, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. So what is the latest that is expected regarding the election results at this time?
Yeah, so we're expecting the head of the DRC Electoral Commission, Mr. Denis Kadima, to start announcing the results, the full provisional results of this election. And we have already seen the statistics which show that President Felix Tshisekedi has won with 72% of the votes. His closest challenger, Moise Katumbi, came second with 18.9%. And the opposition leader, Martin Fayulu, came third with 5.4%. Now, these are the full provisional results that under the DRC's law are supposed to go through a certain process. The Constitutional Court is supposed to make an announcement on January 10th, validating these results. But earlier today, the main opposition leaders held a press conference in Kinshasa saying that they have chosen not to go to the Constitutional Court to challenge these election results because they do not have confidence in the judges who are going to be hearing this ruling to pass a judgment that is impartial. They cited numerous irregularities, lots of delays, faulty voting machines, and missing names on the voters list, which they say warrants a rerun. They want the DRC government to cancel this election results and hold fresh polls. But the Minister of Communication recently said that that is out of the question. They're not going to hold any fresh polls in the DRC. This is going to be all that there is. And so these opposition members have maintained that they are going to hold countrywide protests to urge Congolese people to rise up against the government to compel it to hold fresh elections.
So, of course, as we said in the intro, this group of opposition presidential candidates, telling their supporters to take to the streets and, of course, to oppose and protest after citing these irregularities that you speak of. So talk to us about just the reaction from, ordinary Congolese people on the ground and what they are saying about these results that are now out, and also how the situation on the ground actually is.
Well, the reactions have been mixed. Some of the election observers who monitored this election have said that there were indeed numerous irregularities that could jeopardize the credibility of this election in some polling stations, but they noted that the incumbent, Felix Tshisekedi, was leading in most of the areas. And there are other people who were saying that the irregularities really have had a very negative impact on the overall vote tallying, and they want this to be cancelled. But there are other people who are supporting President Felix Tshisekedi who have already started celebrating. This is going to continue as they usher in the new year. So they're going to be celebrating the new year and the victory of their candidate, President Felix Tshisekedi, who they say has already secured a second term. So some people in the DRC are siding with the opposition members who are calling for the cancellation of the election results and a rerun. But there are others, many others, who feel that this is a done deal. The president has secured a second term and they want the country to move on in peace and build their country together.
Now, of course, as we, in this conversation, one of the analysts that we had in the studio saying, of course, that Tshisekedi had a substantial, footing during the campaigning. He had lead time to speak to the real issues of the people of the DRC, particularly as it speaks to security, particularly as it speaks to economic, growth and job opportunities. What did he say, and what differentiated his campaigning during that time and spoke to the hearts of the problems at hand?
Well, so the president recently held a meeting with other ministers and he said the people of Congo have spoken. This is a clear verdict that they have chosen him. This election has come at a time when the DRC is at war in the east of the country. And that area, there's a rebel group known as M23 that has captured very many territories. And so throughout the campaign period, there was this favor, a lot of talk from the leading candidates about voting a son of the soil. In Lingala, they say Mwana Mboka, a person who has grown, who is bred in Congo. And that was really targeting one of the main opposition candidates, Moise Katumbi, who was born to a Jewish father and a Congolese mother. So many people who are supporters of President Felix Tshisekedi have been saying that they want a president who has both parents, who are of Congolese origin, not someone who might have allegiances to a foreign country. And that has been going throughout this campaign, and many people now are very happy, especially the supporters of President Tshisekedi, happy that they have the Electoral Commission is going to announce in a few minutes from now the winner, a person who is a Congolese citizen, whose both parents are citizens of this country.
All right, Chris, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. Really do appreciate it. Our correspondent there, Chris Chamringa, of course, giving us the very latest as those results are waited upon. Of course, these are the December 20th presidential elections results expected to be released today. These are provisional results, and we will give you the very latest as and when we have them.